Okay. Hello, I'm Katy and I'm Head of Music at Ratton School in Eastbourne. We're an academy specialising in the performing arts. And I've been lucky enough to get a class set of iPads for my music classroom. So I'm just going to share with you, hopefully using this prezi, the sorts of things I've been doing, some of which are music specific, but also there's some general things as well. Yay! Okay. So I've received a class set of 32 iPads, which just stay in my room and are used only for music. So I've downloaded about 100 different apps, most of which were free, but a few which I've spent a bit of money on as well. The main one I use is GarageBand, which I'm sure a lot of you know anyway, and it's only $2.99, which if you tried to buy one on a PC, the equivalent with Cubase or something would be about £50. Whereas we've spent $2.99 and that's just the one app for all of them in the classroom. And it's basically a music sequencing program, so you can just use it on the iPad itself, record music, but you can also plug in MIDI instruments. We've got a set of MIDI keyboards, you can plug in guitars with little adjustments, you can plug in microphones, and so everything we do can be recorded onto the iPads. Once students have recorded their work on there, they can then edit it and upload it to SoundCloud, which I've just started using. And the main reason I've been using that is that you can have a dialogue between the student and the teacher. It's quite difficult to evidence marking in music, when often the evidence itself is a sound file. And we have inspections and things, and people say, where's your evidence? Because they're looking at books. And all of our evidence is now on SoundCloud. So the students will have their own portfolio, and then you can comment on specific moments in the music and create a dialogue in that way, which is all there for anyone to see. So that's SoundCloud, that's basically our assessment. I've been using quiz apps as well. Socrative was mentioned earlier. I've been using Nearpod, which is a similar idea, but you basically import a PowerPoint and then you can add in questions along the way, which they love. You could do the most boring content and they're just excited to hear what percentage of people got the right answer about the note on there. Or you can even get them to draw something. So I've got them to draw a treble clef and then all the answers come onto my iPad and I can show them all each other's drawings and we choose whose is the best. And they find that immensely exciting, given what really it is. So which is good. And PDF editors. I've been trying to go paperless. I haven't quite gone completely paperless, but as part of it, instead of having printed workbooks, everything I've converted into PDFs, and I've been using Goodreader, where you can open up PDFs and then add your own annotations, either just by scribbling on them or by adding text. So all of their workbooks, their targets, their evaluations are all on the iPad as well. And then notation software, which is very music specific, but it's only $1.99 or something, and basically it's like Sibelius, but it's much cheaper, and you can notate all your work electronically, so rather than having to write it out, they can put it all on there, and then it even exports it as a MIDI file. So that's really useful for GCSEs and that sort of thing. And then finally, there are hundreds and hundreds of music apps. There's free cowbells, which are entirely pointless, but just because they're free, it's quite impressive. There's DJ apps, there's music theory tutors. I've even done something where they've all learnt to play a piece on the iPads individually, and then we play it as a class, and it lights up what note they should play. It's like absent presence. They just sit there with headphones on, I could dance, and they wouldn't notice I was there, which is quite funny. And also I've been doing like whole class ensemble, whereas before we would have used xylophones, we've used virtual keyboards, and they will all play their virtual keyboard, but out loud all together as a class. So they're just a few of the things I've been doing with iPads in the classroom.